Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrod, Tulnar Beastmaster of the Sundered Guard. Today I'm going to bringing you my impressions of Alpha 2 Weekend 2. And while I play a little bit of footage I recorded Sunday in the background, although I'm not sure, this recorded footage looks a lot worse condition than when I was playing it. So keep that in mind, that what you're seeing is definitely a degraded quality of video. The DDoS attack that crippled last week's test seems to have tried for round 2, but was knocked out after about a 5-hour delay Friday. The queue was working much better this weekend in the fact that you could get in the queue and work through it and get logged in. My testing time was limited this weekend since I took last weekend off, so everything I'd put off last week had to be done this week. And my cat pushed my modem off the shelf, breaking it, so I had no internet for about 18 hours of testing time. That said, I managed to go from level 6 to level 7 on my melee ranger. I'm finding the need to use more consumables. Also, I am falling behind in equipment since I mostly been leveling through harvesting, and when I do fight, I tend to fight more animal mobs than humanoid, so I'm not getting much in the way of equipment drops. Since I am falling behind on gear, I'm losing fights a lot more, and losing resources I've gathered and I use to prop up my strength. In the current test, my ashes were always looted by the time I get back. Mob aggression remains hit and miss. Sometimes the mobs would just stand there as you destroyed it. Other times it would be a mass swarm for everywhere. And some enemies would not break Argo no matter how far he ran. NPC guards would sometimes react to mobs chasing you, and sometimes would just stand there. There also seems to have been some desync. I would receive a massive chunk of damage after the mob had already been destroyed. At times, I also had several destroyed mobs following me around on the ground. I encountered several instances of mobs floating up in the air or buried under the ground. This got better after the hotfix Saturday, but still remained a problem. There was trouble with the harvesting as well. While lumberjacking and hunting work just fine with harvesting nodes spread out over the testing area, most other harvesting nodes tended to end up in clumps and out-of-the-way spots that testers seldom visited. This ended up as a windfall if you found a cluster of such nodes, but was quite frustrating until you found a cluster, since the harvesting nodes were extremely rare otherwise, only popping up once a tester found a cluster and started to harvest it. In summary, this weekend of Alpha 2 Phase 1 is about server stability. In this regard, I will pronounce success. The DDoS has been suppressed, the queue is working much better, and server crashes have declined. Looking forward to the test next week, a new wave of testers will gain access to the test. It is also the first of the 3-week minor updates from the Alpha 2 roadmaps. I look forward to the changes it will bring. Going forward, personally, I'm going to make more of a point to fight humanoid mobs. I'm also going to move more from a harvesting focus to more of a crafting focus and try to make and loot myself a better selection of gear. I'll be focusing on leatherworking and enchanting while finally getting my adventuring level up to level 10 so I can join the Halcyon node and start doing more guild recruiting. Thank you very much for watching.